Welcome to Book Talks, from books to Botox and everything in between. We hope you enjoy We're Just Girls. Book Talks is back. It was a full movie production
I was
wedding.
like, is this real?
Jenny and I both were like, we've been bamboozled. Love you guys.
Hi.
Buongiorno.
Hello.
Welcome back. We're
Welcome
so
back.
excited.
We are back, and it feels like we've been gone for so long.
It feels weird.
We haven't done this in a
time.
minute.
Yeah. So we have so much to talk about today.
Lots to catch up on.
Book Talks is back.
Yeah.
Better than ever.
And
It
lots
feels
to
good.
dive into. So
Yes.
we want to first start off talking about Ashley's unreal wedding.
If you've been under a rock the last few months, or you haven't seen social media, if you don't look at social media ever, you would know that we have been in Italy
Yes.
celebrating our girl.
Yeah.
We had the
Miss
best
Ashley.
time.
So-
it was so much fun.
It was so crazy because I feel like we've talked about your wedding on the pod.
Yeah, it's
like-
been my whole personality for a year.
And I've been asking Ash this entire time, like, oh, how's wedding planning? Like, do you need help with anything? Like, how's it going? She has been so humble and downplayed this entire wedding. And we show up and I'm like,
It was a full movie production
I was
wedding.
like, is this real? Like, we are in a movie.
It was a dream. It was absolutely a dream. But now you understand why. I would be like, yeah, I'm just like a little stressed. But like, I'll be okay. I'm just like,
I
it's a
don't
little
know how
stressful.
you did it.
Dude.
Me neither. Like, I actually don't know how it all came together.
Jenny and I both were like, we've been bamboozled.
Yeah. Like,
This wedding.
when the colors, so if you guys haven't seen Ashley's video on,
Go check
like
out
I said, if you've
Instagram
been
or
living
TikTok.
under an
Yeah.
Instagram rock,
there's a video of, so you guys say I do and
Yes.
kiss, and then the colors shoot in the background.
Yeah, they're daytime fireworks. So they're these powder.
color
It's
bomb.
kind of like when you see like gender reveals, the
Yeah.
color bombs that go off, but it was like rainbow colored that went off behind us. And we kept it a surprise for everyone. We didn't tell anyone.
did you know what it
I
was
was
going to
shocked.
look like?
Yes.
You did.
Yeah.
You
I
had
saw
seen
a
it. How
video
did you
of
see
it.
it?
So I'd seen a video of it before
Yeah.
from our vendor that does it at our
Venue.
venue. And I was like, do I want to do that? It's kind of like really extra. Like, and it was a cute price tag to add on as well.
Yeah.
But Cody, that was one of his diehards. He was like, I have to have the fireworks. I was like,
I have
Sure.
never seen anything like it.
It was
was
neither.
like a
So cool.
gasping moment. Like, I
Yes,
was
like,
like,
shock factor.
Yeah.
Literally.
It was shock factor for sure. We, like I said, we didn't tell anyone.
Yeah.
And it was
How did you get the video?
amazing.
Did they know?
Yes. So that's one thing that I can circle back to as well. The best thing I did so far for my wedding, like that I've done, is get a content creator.
I was gonna say.
It was the last vendor I booked, and it's a funny story how I booked her. But like at first I was like, that's extra. I don't need it.
Yeah.
That's stupid. But being able to have all these videos now and not
You love
wait
it.
2 months
and
for my
not be
videographer.
like laying in
Yeah.
bed, like trying to put them together,
Yeah.
and then you get so exhausted you just don't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like I have literally, she was amazing. Hundreds of videos on
Yeah.
my phone and photos and everything. So I can look back at my wedding day now and not when my photographer gets back to me in 2 months. You know,
Exactly.
like that was
Wild.
amazing. So I told her about it. She's like, I'll get the
But
shot.
how
Yeah.
did you get the drone? Because Ashley had drones.
Yeah.
you guys, it
filming
was a
this?
royal wedding.
How did you get the drone footage already?
The drone footage. Oh, so I don't have the drone footage yet, but one of our photographers and videographers was on top of the villa.
Yeah.
And
Yes,
taking from
and-
up there.
Yes.
Yeah, so
okay.
we had
It
a
was
bird eye.
So crazy.
It
And
was
like
insane.
I saw, so if you guys look at this video, there's a ton of comments on the colors. Insane. Everybody mind your own business, literally.
Everyone's freaking
but there was a really good question, and it was, was there any like special meaning behind it? Did you feel, or did
Oh.
Cody just really want this?
No, I wish I could say there was a
It was just
special
extra, and it was just
extra.
freaking
You're like, Cody just said we're doing this.
Cody said he wanted it. I will say I'm a black and white. Our whole house is black and white. I
Yeah.
don't like color. I'm not, our whole wedding, everything I planned, there was not a drop of color.
Yeah.
And Cody's favorite color is hot pink. Like he is the most colorful. If he picked out anything, it's like rainbow.
That is so
He
cute.
loves color.
That's
So the
kinda
moment
sweet
he
then
saw
that it
that,
was like his moment.
yeah, he
Yeah.
saw it. He's like, I need that. Like, has to be that. So
Well, I love
he
the
loved it.
video. There's like an edit of it where it's like our whole world was like gray or whatever. It was like gray,
Yeah.
and then it turned to colors.
To color.
So I thought there was like
Content creator.
I was like, is there a meaning? I was gonna ask you. I was like, there has to be meaning behind it.
No, Cody just
Oh,
loved
was
it.
so beautiful.
And that was one of the hills he was willing to die on.
so
But yeah,
then
it was
we
amazing.
like go into cocktail hour, and there's like 4 different stations with like a chef at each. It was insane.
There is something that came out of that cocktail hour that will forever change my DNA.
yeah.
what?
they were making homemade
Burrata.
mozzarella.
Oh,
Mozzarella,
yes.
burrata,
She had it,
stracciatella.
like,
It
yeah.
was
She was like I went back to the burrata table like 5 times.
Yeah.
And if you tried to take a burrata that was already sitting out, they were like, no. And they make you a fresh one. Like
Crazy.
they were amazing.
It was insane.
And like fresh mozzarella in Italy.
The best
Insane.
cocktail hour.
It was awesome.
And then we go to the reception.
But wait, there's more.
Insane. It was the most beautiful setup we have ever seen, but we have to talk about the tablecloth.
You guys, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and call myself out. I already told Jenny this. I'm leaving space for 2 things to be true. Because 2 things that I did. Absolutely slander Olivia Culpo for wearing a long sleeve modest dress and then wear lingerie to her second dress. And then I also absolutely ripped apart the linen cake tables. And guess what I did? Both of those things. So as I walked down the aisle, I wore it was by the designer Jay Andrietta, long sleeve, high neck, fully covered except for my back gown. It was a little see-through, so I will say it was like still a little risque, but it was absolutely gorgeous and I loved it.
Stunning.
And then my second dress was a little Kim Casas lingerie looking moment, and I loved both.
But you never claimed that you did something to be like holy and like,
Exactly.
you know, so
Yeah,
it was
you weren't
different.
walking down the aisle with a motive.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. I
Or,
wasn't
like,
trying to be on a
trying
soapbox.
But the linens, I am dying.
The linens, I died.
We went viral for saying we hated this cake table linen. And then I show up and there's...
And the thing is, I stand by it. I hate that
It
table.
looked
Yes,
stunning.
yeah.
I don't care.
loved
what
my
you-
I
don't
loved
care.
it
They
too.
looked so beautiful.
Yours wasn't as stacked.
Yes.
You know?
It was just a touch. And
It
it
was
was funny.
minimal.
It's because it wasn't my idea at first. So first I did the draping on the
Yeah.
ceiling because
Yeah.
we needed to fill the space a little more. And our florist was like, do you want to put some on the tables? And I was like, oh my God, do I do it? Like, and then I felt like I had to. And I'm so glad I did. I loved it.
It looked beautiful.
Okay,
great.
so here's my takeaway from the dinner and the reception.
Yes.
This was my favorite, and I want to know if you came up with this or if it's just because I am Mormon and I don't go to a lot of non-Mormon weddings, if this is normal. But Ashley had it set up where you would eat a course, and then there were a few speeches, and then there was like a break.
Yeah.
And you could like dance
Yeah.
or do the photo booth or use the restroom or go to the bar.
Yeah.
And then it was like another course. Like the whole dinner hour took how many hours?
2.5.
But it wasn't like you were sitting in your chair for 2.5 hours.
I agree.
Where did you get this idea?
Okay, so this is exactly how we wanted it to go. So we planned our whole reception around that idea. We didn't want people to be bored or tired or feel like they're listening to speeches for 3 hours and you have to sit down and blah blah blah. Like no, we wanted
it
to
felt like a
have
party.
fun and have
Yeah.
a party
Yeah.
and have the band going and everything. So we made sure that all of those vendors collaborated and made that possible. So
Yeah.
that was one thing that I was arguing, and I didn't want to like spoil anything for you guys as guests, but that's one thing I was arguing with my planner about.
Yeah.
She was like, your dinner's too long. You can't have all these speeches. You can't have the band and your dances and your speeches and the dinner service. And I was like, no. It's all happening at once.
Yeah.
All of it. I want my guests to, each experience should be different.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they're having fun at the bar. They're dancing on the dance
Yeah.
floor. They're at the photo booth. And then we're all going to sit down and have dinner. And while we're eating, my parents will give a speech.
Yeah.
But I was just shocked at how seamlessly it flowed. Like there
did.
was never a time where it was like too many people were scattered and you couldn't
Yeah.
gather everyone back for their entrees and
Yeah.
more speeches. It's like everyone knew kind of like when
Yeah.
maybe the band announced it. Did the band announce like
I think a
okay
couple
everybody
times.
back to your seats, like we're
Yeah.
going to serve our
Yeah.
next course.
But it was so good.
It was perfect. Like
I
I,
don't know if
couldn't
they
have picked
announced it.
We didn't have an MC. So I think that at some point, like sometimes they just picked up the mic and people sat down. But I think that what we wanted at least was we told them to continue the service no matter if people were sitting in their chairs or not.
Yeah.
And I think once people saw food come out, they're like, oh, it's good.
That's what we did
That's
when we
what it
saw
was.
the
we
food.
were like, oh, the steak's out. Like
Yeah.
let's go sit and
Yeah.
eat.
Yeah.
But like it was so special.
It was so
really
fun.
was.
We wanted the whole thing to feel like a party. We were like,
Yeah.
we're asking so much of our guests to come to Italy to celebrate us. We hope that they have the time of their life.
Yeah, the night was so enjoyable.
It was so much fun.
It was so
Yeah.
good. And the after was great. Like your playlist
Yeah.
was amazing.
That was
the cake
so much
was
fun.
amazing.
So yeah, we did the reception in like this glass house. We had a full band, live music. It was so much fun. And then afterwards we did our cake cutting in the ceremony space. So
Yeah.
we were outside again.
But they transformed it into
To
a
a different
post
space, yeah.
dinner space.
Yeah, they transformed it and it looked phenomenal. So they had like couches. We had a little cigar station,
Yeah.
which was again something Cody was like, I have to have.
So
like
fun.
20 minutes before we
Yeah.
left. Like, oh yeah, we need to add like
Yeah.
boys. But then we had a bar over there. We had the cake. We had dessert tables. And then we had our midnight snack, which
Yes.
was pizza and gelato,
It was
which
so
was
cute.
so good.
so cute.
And then we had an after party inside and just danced the night away.
it was so good.
It was so fun.
It was
It was the best.
Every bride says it, but it was the best day of my life, without a doubt.
Yeah.
like
it
it
was
was
a blast.
literally amazing.
Yeah,
like,
it was so
unreal.
fun.
No, my husband kept being like, "This is a movie."
I know.
I feel like I'm in a movie.
It did feel like a
was
movie.
so perfect.
It was,
I know. Jake was like, "Don't get any ideas."
it was a blast. It was really fun.
I was like, it was so good.
It was so much
It was
fun.
so shocking.
I'll never forget, core memory was Taylor Swift. I can't even think of the song.
Oh my God.
it was so good.
Love story.
Love Story came
Yeah.
on at the after party. So, Cody and I have had a couple of drinks. He's the most theatrical person I've ever met in
He's
my
a good guy.
life. And so it comes on. So I like give him my rings and
Yeah.
we're like role playing it out and everyone's screaming and like, oh, it was just so much fun.
It was
You
so
guys
special.
have to like all go on Instagram and like look at all these videos. There's so many, and it like
Yeah.
takes you
It's
through the entire
inspiring.
night.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
It's been so
You
fun.
can tell that Cody's the type of guy that wants everyone around him having as much fun as him.
Yeah, I
Yes.
agree.
Like he really cares about that.
Yeah.
And he'll
Yeah.
find the person that's hiding in the corner and be
Yeah.
like, you, dance floor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I love his inclusiveness.
Yeah,
like,
he's so sweet.
He really does share that.
I cried during your guys' vows.
Did you?
He cried. I couldn't even.
Cody
keep
was
it. I
this.
like,
It was
dude.
very sweet.
I
One-
can't wait
yeah.
for the video to come out.
I know. I can't wait too.
cannot.
I posted one
He
this morning. You
said,
need to go look
I
at.
love that you make my friends. Thank you
Snacks.
for letting me have football nights, and I love you guys that you make me snacks. I was like, I'm gonna cry.
They're the
so,
best.
so sweet.
Oh, it was great. It was overall great.
Yeah, it was a blast. He's a teddy bear. If you know Cody,
Yeah.
you know that he's just like the softest soul on earth. So he kept being like, I'm not going to cry. I'm like, yes, you are. You cry at
It was
movies.
so good.
Like, you're
Yeah.
going to cry. And he was a
Dude.
mess. And it was so sweet.
It was so sweet.
It was so sweet, and I loved that it felt very true to both of you.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like you took yourselves and put you in a different environment that, like, just for show or just because it would be look fancy or fun
Right.
or like
Yeah.
because Como's the cool thing to do right now. Like, it truly felt like it was your personalities
Yeah.
coming through. I couldn't get over, and we both said this that night. Every time we looked at you, we were like, "She's a real life Barbie."
I know.
Like
Every angle.
How did you look so perfect all night long?
That I have no idea. My makeup artist killed
Killed
it.
it.
You were like a glowing
Killed
angel
it.
princess
Yeah.
baby.
When you came out in like
Every time I looked at her, I was
Angel
like,
princess baby.
she is dancing. She's doing the worm, and she's still so freaking good.
I literally did a head spring at my wedding. Like, why am I
No,
doing the
you
worm in a
looked
dress?
so good.
Oh, it was so much fun. So I did my trial in January when we went to Como.
Yeah.
I hated my makeup trial.
Oh,
What?
Hated, but I only had one chance and I
Yeah.
couldn't find another person. Luckily, she was receptive and
Yeah.
was like, okay, we'll change
Took
this.
your feedback.
So I booked her and she killed it.
Dude,
killed
when
it.
you
She
came
was
out
so
in the
good.
doorway, like she like changed your eye shape.
Yeah.
She like
She gave me a
winged you
facelift.
out. It
Like,
was
we need to hire
insane.
her.
Yeah,
Like,
it was
Come to
crazy.
America.
Killed it. Yeah.
Like, she was so
no,
good.
Emmy, we love
No,
you.
but the way that she got your hair up for
Yeah.
the ceremony and down
Yeah.
is very
Oh,
hard
she
to
did
do
your hair
without looking
too.
like
I
there's
had a
like
different hair girl,
kinks.
but she, like
Whoever
the
did
no
it did
kinks, nothing.
such a good job.
She killed it.
Crazy.
Absolutely killed it.
Yeah, you looked beautiful.
Everyone looked so good too. Seeing everyone, like all the boys
It
in
was
Texas,
so
just
fun.
melts my heart. And
It
like,
was so fun.
it's
It
just so
was.
fun.
I know, because I joked with everyone that Dallas really wasn't stoked about the tux situation.
Yeah.
We're simple folk, okay?
Yeah.
And so, but then we got there and got his tux on, and he was like, "This is really fun."
Aw,
It was so sweet. It was
That's
like,
so cute.
and having everyone at that level of dress, like, it was really, really sweet.
Yeah.
It just
Yeah.
makes it feel so special. And then like we were really not stressed. We wanted to make it important that our guests had a good time. It
Yeah.
wasn't just about us, although we wanted to have fun. But like getting dressed up and doing something
Yeah.
special, it just makes it more fun for
Yeah.
everyone.
It was so
I
fun.
don't know. It
I
was
loved
just-
every minute of it.
Yeah, it was a blast.
You
It
did
was a
so
blast.
good.
Thanks. I'm so happy to be done with it though.
I know.
I can't wait to like not email someone for months.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
luckily we have the type of job where I'm not emailing people, but
Yeah.
it's just yeah.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
You're in
happy.
like now. You're like
Yeah. I was just telling Carly though, like
It is an emotional roller coaster.
there's a big hill down afterward,
Yeah.
and it's like I cried this morning because I don't get to wear my dress ever again.
Yeah.
Like I'm
I
sure
told her
I'll
she
try
needs
it
to
all
go
on,
cut
but-
her dress, the end of her dress off,
We
and
should
wear
do
it
a
as like
night.
a little mini dress.
yeah. Or we should do a night where you just get to wear your dress still.
Yeah.
We'll just
Last
come
night-
over. You can just
yeah,
wear it.
literally.
It's like that episode of Friends where they're all wearing
Yeah.
dresses and like watching football
Literally.
in their wedding dresses.
Yeah.
We'll just like all pretend.
Yeah, it's fine. So now we're on to the next wedding.
Yeah.
I
mine.
know. Jenny's up next.
Guys, my wedding is gonna be so mediocre. Do not expect anything
No,
crazy.
Jenny, it's going to be absolutely gorgeous.
But I'm
You've already
like-
shown me pictures. It's stunning.
I know. I'm excited, but I still am like, ugh,
It's not
it's
fun.
hard. It's not fun.
It's not fun.
Dude, I'm not kidding. Like me and Jake, the only thing we fight about is the wedding. That's
Yes.
the only thing we fight about. We don't fight about anything else.
Mhm.
Just the wedding.
Yeah.
So it's crazy.
Weddings are stressful, but you still have time. You have a lot of time.
More
But it's
updates
worth
to
it.
come. Something more fun to talk about than, my plans for my future wedding. Our Euro trips. We have
Yes.
a game to play. Questions for the Europeans.
Well, first I want to
Yeah.
ask you each,
Where'd you go?
though, what
yeah.
your favorite thing was. Like the highlight of your extracurricular trip
Yeah.
on top of the
Okay.
wedding. Ashley?
Beside wedding, obviously that was amazing. My favorite part was Paris. It was
Loved it.
our first time there,
Yeah.
and it was amazing. Our hotel was amazing. Everything we had planned. I used a travel agent. If you need a travel agent, hit me up. She was amazing. Like, it was just the
Wonderful.
food, the
Magical.
butter. I'll never be the same. Like the food was
So
amazing. So yeah, Paris for me. That's
Paris
for sure.
is so special.
It is. Like,
Yeah.
I love France.
it just feels different. I love
Yeah,
France.
me
yeah.
too.
Where was yours? Yours
Nice.
special?
I
Nice.
love France.
Nice.
Yeah, we did the south of France, so we stayed in Nice, and then we stayed there. That was our home base, and then we did day trips every day up the
Yeah.
coast.
Because
And
the Nice, I will say, the Nice beach isn't my favorite.
no, it's very pebbly.
Rocks.
Yeah, so we traveled up to like Antibes, which was more sandy, and then we traveled up to
Cannes.
like we did Monaco,
Oh,
and
I'm
then we
jealous.
did this really small town called Villefranche-sur-Mer. And it was our favorite town we went to.
Aw.
But like we're like
Fun.
a little bit more low key people. Like we like calm
Yeah.
and like very like just quiet. And it was the cutest town.
That's amazing.
I know, and the food was good. We loved the beach. The water's unreal there.
Unreal,
Like
right?
you'll never see anything like
the Mediterranean is like,
Because you went to Saint Tropez.
yeah.
And is it not crazy how clear it is?
It's so clear. It's warm.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Like,
there's not huge waves that are like hitting you.
Yeah.
Like the pollution just feels like I don't know.
It's just
crazy.
amazing.
Yeah.
It feels vacation-y.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Versus like the
Yeah.
hustle and bustle of a city.
Exactly.
Yes.
What was
Yeah.
your favorite thing?
We hustled and bustled.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you did.
We
You were
hustled
on go.
Yeah.
through for Europe.
Yeah.
I averaged like 23,000 steps a day.
It's crazy.
my God.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Venice was very touristy.
'Kay.
But
Yeah.
it was the city that I was like, my boys would love this.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like kids, like it felt almost like a Disney movie.
Yeah.
Florence was just beautiful. I loved it. We did all the Gucci stuff.
Yeah.
you have to.
You have to. It was great. Milan. I like Milan. I don't love Milan.
That was me. I don't know why
Yeah.
we did 2 nights there.
You need
One.
8 hours in
Yes,
Milan.
literally.
The Duomo is stunning.
Beautiful.
It's by
Gorgeous.
far
Yeah.
the most beautiful cathedral in my eyes
Yeah.
than compared to any other.
I
Yeah.
agree.
But Milan was super crowded while we were there because of the Formula One race.
Yeah.
So I will
Right.
say the Formula One race was like a highlight.
Yeah.
It was a total experience that I could like break down on an episode separately. If
Yeah.
you've ever been to a European Formula One race with a GA pass, call me. We can go to the therapist together after.
Yeah.
It was like a trip.
Yeah.
Like I was hiking through the woods of Italy to
No.
go stand at a fence for
I'm dying.
Obsessed.
but anyway, it was really cool. It was cool and it was an experience.
Yeah.
So the boys loved that. But I will say Como was my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it
Como was the most beautiful.
stunning.
Yeah.
It's like a storybook, isn't it?
It is. You go
I-
and it's just like speechless.
Yeah,
And the
I
lake is
like
unreal.
first was kind of like I don't understand the Como hype.
Yeah.
You don't until you go.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Because you're like, it's
Yeah.
just another European city. It's
Yeah.
just a lake. It's just,
Yeah.
But then you get there and it's just there's something so special.
It
Yeah.
has Dallas about died when he saw all the clay courts everywhere.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
you can tell it's where the Italians vacation.
Yeah.
Europeans vacation. It feels more vacation-y. It was right up his alley.
It's like so
Yeah.
serene. Like you see the lake and you're like, it just doesn't even look real.
no.
I think that was the most beautiful place we went was Lake Como.
It's
Like there's nothing like
stunning.
it.
Because the mountains surrounding it,
Yeah.
like it's really
Just
so
even like
beautiful.
driving through Lake Como, you're like, this is like a view. Like it's insane.
Yeah, it was
It's
insane.
so
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
It's like a little harder to navigate because there's no Uber or Lyft.
Yeah.
But I have to say, I have some friends, 3 girls in their mid 20s that figured out the public transportation like the back of their hand.
Figure it out.
Dude, the bus.
They took the bus to Switzerland
How did
for a
they-
day. Like,
I was looking everywhere
Beyond.
for the freaking bus schedule and nobody knew.
you should have
That's
asked
the
Jenna.
problem. If you stay in a hotel, I will say I feel like European concierge
Yeah.
are there to
Yeah.
truly serve. Like
Yeah.
our US concierge people are like,
No.
I don't know, an empty desk when
Yeah.
you walk
Yeah.
past.
Yeah.
Europeans, like we would go down and be like, where should we go to dinner tonight?
And
They'd
they'll tell
call
you.
the restaurant. They'd get us a table before we got there.
Yeah.
Like
See, that's so nice.
European concierges are like next level. And so we would call and be
Yeah.
like, where's this? And they'd like walk us through the whole process.
That's amazing.
So nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we want to do it again and like stay in a hotel and like obviously
Yeah.
do all the things, you know?
I have to say though, we were talking about this.
yeah.
My husband will laugh because he knows it's true. Why are all Italian men 10s.
Questions for the European. Okay, this is this into our game. All right.
I was like,
Okay.
holy, these people are
Yeah, no.
so beautiful.
No,
Every
it's
Stunning.
crazy.
bartender, every
Yes.
server,
Yes.
every old man.
Yes.
Hot.
And like,
but okay, not even just
Like,
the men, the women
and the women too.
Like
Stunning.
women are beautiful.
Why
We were
are
in London.
stunning.
So what we were in
I'm
London.
sorry, I'm screaming.
No, you're
I
good.
know, me too. We were in London, and like me and Jake would like walk on the streets, and like none of the, not trying to be mean. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get canceled for this, but none of the women or men were like that cute.
Nothing crazy. Yeah.
English people,
Yeah.
No.
have a look.
Yeah, they do.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm a descendant.
You go. Stop.
Or like they're so ugly. She's like, so that's my genetics.
I still have family there.
So
But that being said, I married the other end of the spectrum.
So there you go. Everyone is stunning.
Holy canoe.
it's crazy. I think it's the food they're feeding.
I was gonna say it's the food that they eat,
The
it's the
stairs.
skincare they use,
Yeah.
it's the amount they work out. Like
Yeah. This leads into like our literally questions. Like they don't have elevators. They're one.
No, but the
You're walking so
Italian
much.
genetics are another ball game.
But everyone's in shape too. That's the thing. There's no.
they walk a lot,
They
and they're
walk
not
a
like
ton.
they're not like fit. Like they're not like bulky muscles. Like
Yeah.
go to the gym every day, but they're like fit.
Yeah.
Trim
Yeah,
Yeah.
like because they're playing tennis.
and hot.
Yes.
Delicious and tan.
Tan, dark, tall, dark, and handsome is my
Yep. Cup of tea.
cup of tea.
Mm-hmm.
If
It's
you've seen
crazy.
Dallas, you
Yeah.
he
That tracks.
is full-blooded. He's very Italian.
Yeah.
But
They're
yeah,
stunning.
I couldn't get over. Like we were dying laughing. Like
Yeah.
with Miha. Shout out to Miha who was there. You know,
Uh-huh.
who's single, and
Yeah.
we were laughing. Like pick one of the lot.
Yeah.
Any
Here.
of them. All the bartenders.
Go to any
The
bar,
bartenders,
any
no,
waiter.
literally everyone working your wedding,
Yeah.
every restaurant I went to,
Yeah.
everyone, all of the tables was beautiful. It was just mind-boggling.
Gorgeous. Yep.
So crazy.
What's in the Italian water?
So questions for Europeans.
Okay.
Questions for Europeans after all of us spent at least 7 days abroad.
Yep.
My biggest question: why do the caps to the bottles? Why do they not disconnect in Europe?
The
I
fact that that's your biggest question.
laughed out loud when I read this because every water bottle Dallas would just rip off the cap.
What is the point? Like,
Okay,
So you don't
it's so
lose
you
it.
don't lose your cap.
I never
And
lose my
it
cap
would
anyways.
fly off and I'd be like,
Yeah.
there you go.
The
but
end.
I never lose my cap anyways here in America.
I know.
So I was
it's not
so
really a problem
curious.
that I ever faced, but a solution.
Yeah.
That segues though perfectly into why on earth do they drink room temp water and why on earth do they not like ice cubes?
And why is there
I don't
no
know.
water? You can't get water
I
anywhere.
think this is the reason why.
And you sit down to dinner and they bring out a small little bottle of water for a table of 4.
yeah, they give you a
You
shot
get
glass of
this
water.
much for your meal. I'm like, what am I?
I think they don't have things to make ice there because that leads into the question of why there isn't AC there either.
Well, that's
Like electricity.
I think that's logistics. Like, have you ever been to LA? LA doesn't have AC either.
Yeah, but doesn't Amazon ship
Like,
worldwide and
if
they have
it's-
ice makers?
If it's
Can't they get some what is
Nugget
it?
ice.
Nugget ice makers.
where's my pebble for a week? I came home and just ate a bucket
Pebble
of
ice.
ice.
That's why I'm like, I also don't understand like how air wraps do not work in Europe. So do not pack yours like me, a freaking novice, packed my air wrap and lugged it around all 4 flights with me and didn't work once even with a converter.
No.
blaming me.
No, I texted. No, in London, I plugged my air wrap in. It didn't work. I texted Carly. I was like, "My
Why
air
isn't
isn't
my
working."
air wrap
Did it
Is there a
explode?
trick?
My
No.
steamer
Good, good.
exploded.
My steamer
Oh,
exploded
it did.
too.
And
So
they
like,
have no use
do
over
you
there.
think when they order from Amazon,
It's
like
a different. It comes different.
It's a different Amazon.
Here's the thing: Amazon. You think it's global, but it's not.
Okay.
So Amazon has shipping in Europe. They have a warehouse in Europe where products are made in Europe, and it goes to European. Like even Netflix. If
Yeah.
you went to Netflix, it's a different website. If you
Yeah.
go to Disney, it's a different website.
Yep.
If it's Amazon, it's a different website.
It's
So-
just different. It's
Crazy.
the voltage, watts,
So,
I don't know all that.
So how do they curl their hair?
it was hot when we were there. We sweated our guts
it
out.
was warm.
And then, does anybody in Europe work?
Okay, that's the thing. They always say like Americans like live to work and Europeans work to live. No. Did I do that backwards?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Work to
that's
live.
right.
Or
Yeah.
work to live, yeah.
Like they just work long enough to make enough money to go live life. And then they come back
Because
and work again.
We're like
Yeah.
walking by the parks at like 10 p.m. and there's like people with their kids out,
Yeah.
like playing in this park. And
Oh,
I'm like,
late. Very late.
I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, isn't it their bedtime?
It's literally my bedtime.
Yeah, like how are people?
At least
They don't eat dinner till 7.
I know, but at least Italy and France don't do siesta. Like
Yeah.
Spain
Yeah.
literally takes off 3 hours in the middle
That's
of the
so
day.
true. That's so true.
When-
But it almost feels like they do siesta because they don't eat till 7, and I'm an early eater.
Yeah.
Oh, you cannot show up to a restaurant at 5 p.m.
That's what we were
Oh, it's
doing.
closed. Yeah.
They're like, who
They think you're crazy.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
are you here for a drink?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aperitif. Like,
Like, what,
why are you here?
why are you here?
But that
Kitchen's
was like
closed.
another
You're
thing that was like
offending us.
kind of shocking. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
We weren't warmly welcomed by a lot of the people we associated with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would agree.
I think that it's like France is not the biggest fans of Americans.
No, it's probably because I got into every cab and said bonjour, and then they start talking to me, and I'm like, and then I get on, merci beaucoup. Like, they were so
the best
annoying.
is the memes where you're like ordering your whole food. You're like, can I get a margarita pizza? Grazie.
Yeah. Grazie. And they're like, just shut up. Like, God. these
Funny
Americans.
enough, when Dallas would speak Spanish,
Yeah.
he was way more receptive
Really?
than when like we would speak English. Yes, yeah, because
Wow.
he like can speak really
Yeah.
good Spanish.
Where did he speak Spanish at?
So he served his LDS mission in Santiago, Chile.
Okay, got it.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah,
I've heard
that's
him
really
speak
cool.
Spanish. It's weird.
Yeah.
Like, it flows off the tongue.
He's so good, and because he works in real estate, he talks to contractors all day, so
Yeah.
he speaks
Yeah.
Spanish every day.
Dude, that
That's
is
cool.
crazy.
Yeah. So, but when he would open his mouth and speak Spanish, people would like respond back and were really kind. And then like when he would speak English, he'd be like, I don't know.
Yeah. There's like a level of respect. They're like, oh, he's
Yeah.
not just some dumb American. Like,
Exactly.
Here's my other thing. Why do Americans call the bathroom the restroom, and everywhere in Europe it's
They don't
just
know.
called the toilet?
Yes.
It
Or the
gives-
washroom or
If
something.
you say if you say bathroom or washroom or restroom,
Yeah.
they're like what, and then you have to be like toilet.
toilet. And like, it
And
feels.
it sounds so vulgar.
Yes. Restroom sounds so much more classy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
But,
we're
like-
not talking about the porcelain thing.
Throne. Like,
That is
please.
so funny. Also, there was like toilets there that didn't have a seat.
No seats.
Weird.
I'm like, we all squat. I mean, I'm a squatter. I like
Yeah,
don't like to
it's a
sit.
hover.
I
I'm a
didn't like
hoverer.
it. It still made me feel so uncomfy.
That's so strange.
Yeah.
I can't.
Okay. Any other questions for the Europeans?
Why do you take all of August off? Because that really stressed me out. For like, I have like
Goes back to the work
PTSD.
thing.
That's just a
forgot
personal
about
thing.
that.
That was a
That was
lot.
very
That was a
stressful.
lot.
Well, it was interesting too, though, because like even when we were up in Como and there, we were like out to dinner one night, and there was so many young people, and we like asked our waitress, we were like, "What is everyone doing here?"
Yeah.
School
Because
break.
no one lives in Como,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so we're like, "Why are all these?" And they felt very local. So all these young people are sitting around us, and we ask our waitress, we're like, "Why are all these people here?" And they're like, "Oh, just on vacation."
Yeah. And you're like,
Everybody's just back.
yeah.
Like, oh,
August.
okay, well,
It's
that sounds
crazy.
nice.
Yeah. It's
I know
crazy.
Europe's like a whole different world.
It is.
crazy. I mean, it's so good to like expand and like see the different parts of the world and
Yeah.
how people
It's
live.
so important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So much perspective, and also I feel like it's mind-boggling to think that universe and world exists while
Yeah.
we exist here.
Yeah.
Have we just gotten so comfortable as Americans on our luxuries do we want to call ice a luxury?
Yeah. Like,
I mean,
you don't think it is until you go to
AC,
Europe.
Like, I love AC.
I don't know.
It's crazy. I love
And like
elevators.
big bathrooms.
Love elevators.
Big bathrooms.
Yeah. Space is like a big thing. Like,
I don't
we
know.
We
have
take for granted.
we
our
take for
space.
I think there's things that I've brought, like I've come home and I'm like, okay, I'm so thankful for all this, but I've also have tried to like come home and like integrate part of like the Europe lifestyle into my, like I'll get on the treadmill like after a meal, and it just feels so good to walk
It does.
after a meal.
It does.
Oh, I love that.
Like walking home after you eat feels good. It
I
feels
know.
right.
It's actually
I'd
so
love
good
to
for you
like
too.
have a walkable place
Me
to go
too.
live.
Like I hate the city, but I want a walkable place.
Yeah.
So like, what do we do?
What do we do?
Oh, there's
Best
a
of both
walkable
worlds.
city in Tempe, Arizona. You could live in it
So we're
somehow.
moving to Tempe. No,
You
when I
could
used to
do
live
what
in
Heather
Arcadia.
does, or like live on the green belt.
Yeah.
Literally, and just walk. But
Yeah.
no, it was a really good experience.
It was
We
a
had
blast.
so much
And we
fun.
love the Europeans.
We love,
the Europeans,
Especially the males.
But it does give you that like sense of like gratitude for home.
Yes, that's for sure.
Yeah.
America. Have you seen them? It's like my pronouns are USA.
Yeah.
That was literally me pointing that. Okay, so still kind of staying on the topic of like, traveling. Ash, you made this TikTok that grabbed my attention.
Blew my mind.
Yeah.
one?
Airplane skincare.
Yes.
Because you see so many influencers that do their 15-step skincare routine in a. I can't even like go wash my face in those
I
public
can-
bathrooms.
same. I can't even brush my
get
teeth
the
there.
No.
biggest ick.
So that is my thing too, is like you see all these influencers doing this whole skincare step. I don't even understand. I can barely even like.
Ashley's like,
I'm crawling.
White
Yes,
knuckling.
just keep going. Yeah.
I can barely even like get myself together after a flight. Like, how
no,
are they?
they serve
whipping
me my
out-
food, and I'm like,
I know.
Yeah. Ow.
So, explain to us like your theory on airplane skincare.
Oh my gosh, I could write a dissertation. So you see it all the time. 10-step skincare routine in their first class pod flying to Bora Bora with Tarte. Like they're playing up this whole thing. I have to stress this so hard. Airplanes are the dirtiest thing you will ever come into contact with. Like they are, we like to think when you get on it, it's cleaned and refreshed. They do not wipe anything down.
no, and the
Not
air
your tray,
is just
not your
circulated.
seat, not your- it's recycled air the whole entire time. It's dehydrated, like dehumidifier. Like it is
Yeah.
the driest air you'll probably be exposed to. It's recycled from all of these strangers around you and every other person that's been in that plane ever. It is absolutely disgusting. Even when you put your hand sanitizer on your hands and then you go do your skincare routine, you still have oils and you probably touched your tray table and your seat belt and it's just no, it's disgusting. It is absolutely disgusting. So my germaphobe, just that's its own thing. But you're also in a very dry climate, right? So you see all these girls that are doing, oh, I'm doing my toner and then my hyaluronic acid and then a mask, and like it doesn't make sense. So your toner, you're exfoliating in a dry environment, that makes no sense at all. And then you're putting on your hyaluronic acid, which is supposed to draw water in, but you're in a drier environment, so it's going to actually draw water out of your skin. So you're dehydrating your skin, and then you're putting on a mask to occlude it all. It just none of it makes any sense.
Yeah, it's a big contraindication
At
like,
all.
of one or the other.
They're all messing each other up, and you potentially could now break out because it's either dirty or because you over exfoliated or because you occluded an exfoliant. Like there's just so many factors that it does not make sense. And I said in the TikTok, the only thing, my best advice, the only thing you should put on your skin on an airplane is hypochlorous acid.
Yeah.
And
And that's going around. If you don't know what it is, it's like what we use to even cleanse the skin before we do like injections.
Yeah.
But it's just antibacterial.
It's
And
just
there's like a
antibacterial.
spray too that you could like just spray
Yeah.
on. You just touch your face.
we have like of course, medical grade one, but like Tower 28 makes a great one.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It doesn't smell bad. You feel clean. And then you feel like you're doing something if you're the type of
Yeah.
person that really wants to do their skincare on a plane. But that's all you need to do. Just go on with a clean face. Drink
And
lots
also,
of
like,
water.
why load your face up with makeup before you got on the airplane?
Yeah, why are you washing your face?
This is literally Ashley for president because I'm like, why can't you just wait after your 9-hour flight to go to your hotel or wherever you're going to do
Yeah.
your skincare?
Why?
Like, this is
Like-
stupid. The person next to you is probably like, what the frick is this girl doing?
I
Literally.
sleeping in your,
Put your stuff away. It's like the tray tables are like wobbling. Like,
Yeah.
what are you doing? Like putting your like.
putting your Tatcha cream
Like,
on there.
real
Like,
husband.
stop.
Wash your
Like-
face before you get on.
Yeah.
Put on sunscreen.
Put on sunscreen. That's a whole other thing.
Yeah. Put your just moisturizers and your sunscreen on. Leave your stuff in your bag. Spray your face down and wash your face when you get where you're going.
Yeah, like there's just no need.
Dude, I just don't even want to touch my face on an airplane.
It's a
But also,
silly
I'm
trend.
like, your skin's gonna feel after doing like that long of a flight. I feel like if you do your skincare routine on the plane or you don't, your skin is still going to feel different
Gross.
after.
You're still gonna go
Like,
wash it at the hotel.
I don't
Yeah.
think there's any difference
Yeah.
in
No.
doing it or not. I think it's a trend.
Yeah, it's just a silly little trend, and please stop doing it.
Yeah.
Literally.
I'm
And the
begging
teeth,
you.
even the teeth brushing gives me the ick.
I
Like,
don't.
I bring those like little crust,
Yeah.
like that have a toothpaste on a stick.
On it,
and I
yeah.
just like kind of like, and then I'm good to go.
Yeah.
Bathrooms are like my. That's my.
I
one thing where I'm
avoid
just
it
like,
at
ugh.
all
Like
cost.
I'm not doing anything in a public restroom.
No, in an airplane bathroom, you're absolutely kidding. That is the size of a shoebox, and like
so
Ew.
gross.
so many people usually go, and you're gonna brush your teeth. I can't.
That's so gross, guys. I so guilty for this, but I like get on an airplane and try not to drink any water or any fluids because I don't want to use the bathroom on the
Oh, I
airplane.
hate even getting
I
into
know.
the
Me either.
bathroom.
I know
hate
it's
it.
hard,
Like
but it's
I
also
know
so dehydrating.
I'm
to be
the
on.
person that like walks down in the disgusting person, like the like man,
Yeah.
that looks like he just wrecked the bathroom.
Yeah,
is
absolutely.
always the person coming out.
Always. Always.
Is it like what did I do?
Part is like this teeny tiny thing, like.
And I
you,
usually
like-
just turn around and go back to my
Yeah, I was
seat,
about
and
to
I'm
say,
like,
you
I'll get a
smell
kidney
it, like-
infection.
Yeah, it's fine.
I will get a bladder infection before I go. in
Planes
there.
are so gross. I also so if they give you a blanket and like headphones, they reuse those.
Yep.
They do
They
wash
do.
the blankets.
They do wash
I
the
know, but
blankets.
still, that's weird. Just give us blankets and like send us on our way.
Yeah, I know.
I find it so odd.
So odd.
It's a facade. You walk onto an airplane, and just because it's like tidy,
Yeah.
you think it's clean.
And here's the issue. 9 people out of 10 are not flying in a pod. So these
Yeah.
influencers are showing the girls in their little room. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
none of the people that follow you are flying like that.
No,
No.
you're elbow space to elbow space.
You
next to your
are
person.
literally
Yeah.
have someone breathing on
Yeah.
you
Yes,
while
touching
you're
elbows.
so just don't
It's not.
it looked really glamorous when they did it on their way to Bora Bora, but it's not realistic.
No.
It's not.
No.
It's so
not.
true. It's just so bad for your skin.
Yeah.
Just don't do it.
Yeah.
Just drink your water.
Skin
You'll be fine.
after traveling, insane, dude. My skin
Yeah.
was so bad.
How was your skin while you were there?
It was pretty bad. I broke out through my whole trip. I came back with a ton of texture, and I did a hydrofacial yesterday, and my skin feels so much better. Like, I swear that a hydrofacial is a reset for your skin. I stand
It's so
by
true.
it.
That was an awful transition because my skin was so good.
Really?
I love
My
European.
skin
No
was
way.
thriving while I
mine
was
was
there.
had
so
like good
bad.
juju.
Amazing. Like
Dude,
I
that was
literally
horrible.
was like, holy F, this is like, I'm supposed to live here.
Yeah,
No, my
like-
skin was so. How was your skin?
Fine.
Dude, my
Yeah.
skin, I broke out. I was dry. It was gross.
don't take my normal skincare. I have like a travel kit
Yeah.
that has like the same
Step.
type of ingredients, but not quite at
Yeah.
the same quality. And so I always come home feeling uglier. But it's just like because my eyebrows have worn off and my spray tan's gone.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
like,
And
my-
I'm like, wait
I
a
have
minute.
like 3 eyelashes on one side and 2 on another.
It's like you forget your TNS and your life changes.
Yeah, no TNS for a week and you start to look
You feel it.
different.
Yep. That's for sure.
So on the plane,
Oh,
I
yes.
read.
Oh, we're jumping to books.
Yeah. So I read 2 books. Well, actually, I read 5, 6, 7 books on my trip.
Yes.
7
books.
Jenny the reader came out. Well, she
It was
would text
wild.
me and be like, "Hey, I'm sitting at a cafe and I'm reading a book." Like I loved Jenny's European stuff.
I read
that's
so
a
much, guys.
dream.
And this is my theory. So, like, I might be the only one to admit this, but I'm not sorry. So, it was me and Jake, and we did a 2-week trip together, and we stayed in the same room, and we were like, literally, we were the only person that we would talk to for like
Right.
all
2 weeks.
24/7.
Yeah, for 2
Like,
weeks.
And I just felt like reading was like my getaway. Like, I love
Yeah.
Jake, don't get me wrong. Love him. But like when you're just talking to one person all the time, you're like,
And you've
I
already
want
lived
to
with that
do
person
something
for
But you
years.
also have you both can be comfortably silent with each other.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
so
the
like
whole
I would
thing,
just
yeah.
read a ton, and I got 7 books done.
That's amazing.
I read the Mind F series that put me in the weirdest headspace.
Uh-oh.
I am so far from going back to dark romance.
Love it.
I think I'm like months away from going back. It scarred me deeply. Everybody on TikTok says read the Mind F series. It's great. It's amazing. Yeah, it is great, but it will scar you.
It's like emotionally traumatizing.
I don't know. Something weird inside me broke.
It changed your brain chemistry.
Yeah, my brain chemistry is changed.
Oh shoot.
I don't know how I can go back to dark romance at this point.
So this is why you're contemporary.
No, I'm broken.
That's why you jumped into the Bossy Devil and you went with 2
Yeah.
feet.
Yeah.
So I jumped into the Bossy Devil by who's it by, Car?
It is by Kyra Parsi. I'm probably saying that wrong. It's The Deal with the Bossy Devil is number 1, and then the second one is Failure to Match. I read them back in the end of July, August, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, you both need to read these books." And you guys
brought
are
it
like,
up on the pod.
"Carly, you read
like,
so many
sure.
contemporary romance books that you can't recommend them all."
But you
But
brought
I was
this
like,
up on the
"No, no,
pod.
no, 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 no.
But here we are.
Read it."
You said it was so good. So I read A Deal with Boss. So first off, I feel like Kyra Parsi's writing style is wonderful.
She hooks you from page 3.
She has a very witty writing style. It really just pulls you in and it makes
I
you
want to
feel.
bring her on the pod.
Yeah, I think we should
Kyra,
reach her.
I'm going to tag you, and I want you on our podcast because
Come on over.
Like, she's so witty.
She's so
Yeah.
her writing makes you feel like she's like talking to you. It's
That's
crazy.
one of my favorite parts about reading is feeling
Yeah.
like you're in the book.
Yes. So the first one I think I liked better than the second one.
So the first one is about, for those of you that want a tiny synopsis really quickly, that I'm just going to read the book description. It'll take 2 seconds. It talks about, what did I say?
I thought you were going to say penetration. I was like,
It's about penetration.
Punishment.
That's what it says. So it's about.
Penetration. There is
That's what
penetration.
it comes out.
does happen.
Punishment served by.
Punishment served. Your brain's in the gutter.
Yeah.
Your brain
'Cause
chemistry was changed.
This book was so there's a lot of smut in these books, I will say.
Love.
Oh, I don't remember that.
No,
I
there
think I'm
is.
immune.
So it is like a 50 Shades
She
of Grey.
has to work for this guy.
Yeah.
But he like makes her life living hell.
Yeah.
But in the funniest ways possible.
Yes.
Cause at the very beginning, she's like running out of her Christmas party,
Yeah.
or some of Halloween party. She dresses as Where's
Yeah.
Waldo, and someone like groped her in the bathroom, so she goes running out and she punches him in the nuts.
Love
Yeah.
it.
Turns up it's her boss.
Yeah. And then he
And
makes
the
her
whole
work for
thing
her.
is getting recorded. So he fires her, and he fires her sister, who works for him too, because
Yeah.
she gave him the access card or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, and so in order to get her sister's job back, she has to be his personal assistant.
Yeah. And he
I
makes
love
her
it.
life a living, HELL.
Yeah.
And she has to work for him to get like her sister her job back.
Yeah.
But it is like a 50 Shades of Grey meets like contemporary romance.
I didn't get that vibe.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot of scenes.
Is there a big
She said
age gap?
yes.
No, but like there's
He's
like
bossy in it.
There's like some scenes in there that's like
I think I need to reread it.
like
Subdom.
Dom BDSM
Okay.
vibes. For sure.
Can't wait.
Take that part
TBR.
out.
Why can't I remember
Wait, Car,
that?
did you not remember this? He
No.
like used the belt to like tie her hands like above her head.
No, I don't remember that.
Yeah. No, so it's like a 50 Shades of Grey meets contemporary romance. I thought it was great. I love the trope of like a male main character being mean to the girl. I don't know why.
So your brain chemistry has not changed.
yeah,
that
like
much.
I like
Perfect.
a hard to get type of guy.
Yeah,
like,
you do.
It's true though. It says this is a full-length enemies to lovers romance
Enemies
with
to lovers.
loads of spicy banter, laugh out loud moments. There were some laugh out loud
Yeah.
moments.
I love that.
Featuring a dimpled boss hole devil in a suit and the smart mouthed woman who brings him to his knees, literally.
Yeah.
Love.
And then book 2 was about her friend, and it was kind of the same enemies to lover.
She's a matchmaker.
Yeah.
And she is she has to go in and like live with him to like see all his quirks and find out why
Yeah.
the matchmaking service isn't working.
Yeah. So it was the same enemies to lover. Male main character was mean to her at the beginning and then falls in love. I love that, and I think that's why I don't love Reese.
Resand.
Resand.
Because he loves Farrah. Like, he never. Ashley's like getting offended
I'm like,
right now.
yeah, he does.
I can't
and
even
that's
listen
great.
to this.
But like, I
This
like
is
a little bit like.
blasphemy and okay.
Jenny's
like
like, I
a little
can't
bit-
stand
just
him. He loves her. And I'm like, yeah, sounds great.
I like a little bit of
I think you
meanness.
You do.
forgot all of the first book
Maybe.
yeah.
because he dives in after the fact, and
We
you
won't-
find out everything he did was for her best interest. All
We will
along.
not dig back into the.
Yeah,
Reese
we're not going to go
slander,
back into your
but-
Reese hating. Anyway,
Chaos.
But yeah, I do like, that's why I think I love the book so much, because there was a little bit of enemies to lovers.
Yeah,
and
that's one of your
it was
favorite
good. I
tropes.
gave it a 5-star.
I was supposed to read this book on the train.
Yeah.
But I accidentally didn't download it and I had no service.
Okay, but
So-
you can read it. It's such a fast read.
I'm going to. Yeah, I'm so excited.
And
I
the
have it
story's
now.
great. Yeah.
I just didn't download it.
the shopping sprees. I love a
Spoil.
micro trope.
That's my favorite trope.
That's not like a spoiler alert, but
It's-
when when there is a shopping spree involved, I am immediately it gives it another star.
That
Yep.
was book 2. Book 2, he liked to spoil. He'd like to
Yeah.
like, buy her stuff. That was like his thing.
That's my favorite trope.
So yeah.
Yeah, and when they
Remember?
like get up to the family and she,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's so good.
So
so
what's
great.
that's gonna be on your TBR.
That's on my TBR. I started another one that Carly recommended,
Yeah, it's
Mile
so good.
High by Liz
Oh, yeah.
Thompson.
Yeah, there's 4 in the series.
Yeah,
so-
I'm loving it.
Okay.
It's so good. But I was telling Carly, it's one of those books that thank goodness for a Kindle because I cannot be on an airplane
And read
reading a
that.
book called Mile High.
Yeah, I didn't know.
That's not okay. So thank goodness for Kindle.
What's on your TBR?
Our girl, my queen, Elsie Silver,
Elsie, her new
came
book.
out with a book while
Yeah.
we were in Italy, and I read that. It's called Wild Eyes, and it's really good.
Good.
I gave it a solid 4 stars.
Okay.
It wasn't. It's still not. He is a cowboy. Back to cowboys a little bit because the last book she wrote, he wasn't a cowboy. He lived on a ranch, but he wasn't a cowboy.
Yeah.
He's back to cowboy status, golden. It was so. He was such a good male main character.
Yeah.
That.
I really loved it. And the other I still have like a few fantasy books I want to read. I just like haven't dove into them yet. I save fantasy for fall.
Yeah.
So
and
what
it's
is it
fall.
about that? Like fall and winter, I want to read fantasy.
spooky
That's
vibes.
what I was
You just-
telling
yeah.
Car.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I can't read this, homie, any other month in October.
yeah.
Nope.
You want to start in the fall. That's
have
how
to
I feel
start.
about like Vampire Diaries. I restart every fall.
Yeah.
I love
The
it.
butterflies. I
Yeah.
can't. That covers
Quicksilver.
so
We're talking
bad.
about Quicksilver by Callie Hart. You've seen it all over
Yeah.
TikTok, but I'm going to jump into it eventually.
Can't wait. Okay, so
That's it.
Gucci.
If there's anything that you're reading that we need to know about, let us know.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
We're so happy to be back with you guys.
Yeah. I missed it a lot.
We
Me
did.
too.
We missed it. We'll be back to our weekly recordings.
Yeah,
no
this is
one's
like my
going anywhere
therapy.
for a while.
No, we're chilling.
No, we
Yeah.
have nothing.
No.
Can't
No.
wait.
Okay.
So we'll see you next week.
Love
Sounds
you.
good. We love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.